Guardiola extols Arteta. We had a great deal of success working together for 2 or 3 years. I frequently stated that I had gained a lot of knowledge. And because I was familiar with him here, with his communication style with the players, and with his ideas, I was fairly confident that he would be a terrific addition to Arsenal. I was persuaded. He serves as evidence that a team may achieve success if the board and sporting director decide on the style of play they want to employ, keep the manager in that role, and buy the appropriate players. Sometimes you can see it right away. Other times you need some time. It occurs when those in charge of you show faith in you, are patient, and pay attention to how things develop rather than merely focus on results. If clubs focus just on the outcome, that is the first step toward defeat. Instead of relying on the outcomes, you must trust what the management is doing. Results will always have an impact. Arsenal put their faith in him, and the results are in. They finally got a long-term management. He is familiar with the club. He adores the club. Anything better is not conceivable. Declan Rice was persuaded to join with Arsenal rather than Man City, according to Pep Guardiola, because Mikel Arteta, a rival, did a better job of it. Everyone is aware that City wanted him and that we wanted him. He wasn't simply capable of playing when Rodri wasn't, Pep stated. Arsenal pushed more and wanted him more in the end. Perhaps Arteta was more persuasive than I was, the club or their offer. Man City lost 2, one against Wolves, their most recent game after winning their first 6 Premier League games this season. Since losing 2 straight league games in December 2018 to Crystal Palace and Leicester, they haven't done so in almost 5 years. Since a 2-0 away victory in January 2015, Arsenal has failed to keep a clean sheet in each of their last 16 Premier League games against Manchester City. Since a run of 30 against Manchester United between 1953 and 1968, this is their longest stretch without a league shutout against an opponent. As Manchester City visit to Arsenal for a crucial Premier League match later today, Rodri is the most notable omission. Pep Guardiola has revealed that John Stones will not be able to make his injured comeback at Emirates Stadium, and the Spanish international will serve the final of his 3 domestic suspensions. Rodri's replacements during his absence were Mateo Kovacic and Calvin Phillips, and Guardiola will make a last-minute decision on the composition of his midfield. Bernardo Silva is healthy once more and might enter his head. Guardiola remarked on Friday that it will depend on today's discussions with his staff as to who would start in midfield. I'll analyse and get ready for tomorrow's game this afternoon. Rodri is probably one of the top 2 or 3 holding midfielders in the world, if not the best. Like I said, he's not here, so we'll have to work with our players and decide how we want to play to find a solution. Imagine what they could do. Right now, I'm thinking that the player is out and am not thinking about it. I'm considering the option we have. Stones has not played since the Community Shield and was not ready to make a comeback when he went back on the bench against RB Leipzig on Wednesday. No, Guardiola said. Not yet prepared to play. For the national team perhaps, but not for us. Kevin De Bruyne is still out injured. Arsenal have been handed a huge boost as Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli are in contention to play against Man City, according to reports. During Tuesday night's loss to Lens, Saka, 22, hobbled off with a limp, and Gabriel Martinelli hasn't appeared for Arsenal since last month's 1-0 victory against Everton. Meanwhile, the Gunners are monitoring Wolves winger Pedro Neto ahead of a potential January move, according to TalkSport. Elsewhere, talks over extending Ben White's contract are reportedly progressing. According to his manager Mikel Arteta, Thomas Partey is well enough to play for Arsenal against Man City. He's ahead of schedule, that much is certain, Arteta said. The way the game turned out meant that we had other needs and didn't play him, even though we wanted to have him in the team in case we needed him. He'll be on the team.